Midwifery regulation plays a critical role in protecting the public and strengthening the profession. In this short video, we introduce ICM's approach to midwifery regulation and the key resources available to support it. Many of you will be familiar with ICM's professional framework for midwifery. It is a guiding tool for ICM, our members, partners, and stakeholders in strengthening the midwifery profession. All elements of the framework are interconnected. When one element is strengthened, the whole profession benefits. When one element is weakened, it affects all the others. In this video, we focus on regulation and how it can be strengthened. The primary function of regulation is to protect the public. It ensures that only qualified and competent midwives are registered to practice. Strong regulation also supports midwives to work autonomously and within their full scope of practice. This leads to better quality care. Through clear standards for education, registration, and professional conduct, regulation strengthens the profession and builds public trust. ICM first published the Global Standards for Midwifery Regulation in 2011, alongside the Global Standards for Midwifery Education and the Essential Competencies for Midwifery Practice. Their goal is to promote regulatory systems that ensure safe and competent midwives provide high-quality midwifery care. The standards can be used by regulators, governments, educators, and professional associations to develop or strengthen national regulatory frameworks. They are organized into 4 areas: models of regulation, protection of title, governance, and regulatory functions. The standards define 6 core regulatory functions. These include defining the scope of practice in line with ICM's international definition, setting minimum standards for pre-service midwifery education, establishing criteria for registration, including recognition of education completed in other countries, ensuring continuing competence and return to practice processes, managing complaints and discipline through transparent and fair systems, and setting codes of conduct and ethics for the profession. Together, these functions support safe practice, accountability, and public confidence. In 2024, the standards were reviewed and updated by a global group of midwifery regulation experts and approved by ICM Council. One important update is the use of the term regulatory authority, recognizing that in many countries, midwives are regulated alongside other professions. New standards were added. These include the requirement for a midwifery-specific board or committee when regulation is shared, stronger collaboration with ministries of health, and clearer requirements for qualified midwife educators and clinical teachers, aligned with the global standards for midwife faculty development. To support implementation of the updated standards, ICM has published a new companion guide. A companion guide is used alongside the standards. It provides practical guidance on how to apply each standard and how to demonstrate that it is being met. The companion guide is now live on the ICM website. It explains what effective midwifery regulation looks like. It also provides guidance for each standard, with examples of how compliance can be demonstrated or strengthened. On screen, you can see examples from the newly published companion guide. For Standard 3.2, the guidance explains why midwives should be proportionally represented within regulatory authorities. This helps ensure that midwifery practice is regulated appropriately. For Standard 3.5, the guidance explains why a midwifery-specific committee is needed when regulation is shared with other professions, and how this can be demonstrated in practice. The companion guide is global. Evidence may be expressed differently across countries, but the principles of effective midwifery regulation are shared. In addition to the standards and companion guide, ICM offers other regulation resources. These include a position statement on legislation for midwifery regulation, a position statement on collaboration with women in regulation, and a midwifery regulation toolkit, which is currently being updated. ICM has also recently added 2 new regulation resources. The self-assessment tool is designed to help midwifery regulatory authorities review how well their current systems align with the ICM Global Standards for Midwifery Regulation. It uses a simple red, amber, and green rating system to support clear and practical self-review. The regulation glossary provides clear definitions of key terms used in midwifery regulation. It supports a shared understanding across regulators, policymakers, educators, and professional associations. Thank you for your time. We hope this video has given you a clear overview of ICM's midwifery regulation standards and resources. You can explore all ICM resources at internationalmidwives.org/resources.